Much better start this time as it'll be 2 by 2. These Renegades of the Bull Ring down on the western end of the speedway. Side-by-side racing action out of turn 2.
Onto the back straightaway, Elio Meza leads them back down into turn number 3. Blaine Harrison slides down to the bottom in front of Michael Bumgarner, allowing Elio Meza to lead the first of 40 laps back down into turn number 1. Elio Meza out front over Blaine Harrison, who switches back to the bottom on the back straightaway.
Harrison sticking the nose of that fast four down on the inside, but not able to do it as Meza slams the door. And look at Bumgarner coming up through there. It is a three-car race for the front as Bumgarner really putting the pressure on Blaine. Look at Blaine as he gets that hard run off of 2. He'll look to the inside.
A Chevy and a Ford, then comes the Toyota. Michael Bumgarner contact in turn number 3. Blaine Harrison goes sideways in turn 3. Everybody stays straightened up and we stay green, but that was significant contact between the 97 and the 7.
Putting the pressure on Meza, and he gets into the back of him, sends him up the racetrack, side by side now.
Contact from Bumgarner into the 27, back down into turn number 1. Not able to work his way around him, and even noticed a little bit of damage on the right front of that 97. Shooting down into the inside in turn number 3. Here's some more contact in turn 3 through 4, and Michael Bumgarner will lead that lap back down side by side into turn number 1.
Still side by side now as he tries to keep Bumgarner pinched on the bottom. Here comes Blaine Harrison as he's clawed his way back up into this battle. Meza gets into the back of Bumgarner, sends him up the racetrack. Now side by side again for the lead. Cross the stripe. Give it to Meza this time.
A good show that is being put on by these 3 drivers. Blaine Harrison re-entered the picture. Side by side onto the back straightaway. Michael Bumgarner up top over Elio Meza. Blaine Harrison on the preferred line, looking low. Now they're nearly 3 wide off turn 4.
3 wide off of turn 4. He gets into the back of Meza, pushes him down the front straightaway, still side by side. These 3 guys are really wanting it bad tonight with just 8 laps down. They're acting like it's the 39th lap as we come down through turns 3 and 4. Now Blaine Harrison gets into Meza, sends him sideways again.
Contact from the 7 into the back of the 27. Still we stay green, but all of this hard racing, Cale, has allowed the 19, that is Caden Ballas, to regain his position on the top 3. Still strong racing. Blaine Harrison bumps into the back of the 27, Elio Meza.
These guys are all wanting it here tonight as, again, Michael Bumgarner, he'd love to see this in his rearview mirror. Turn 1. Oh, it gives him a shot.
He was sideways going down into turn number 1. This is hard racing at its best, Kel. The 7 goes around. Here's a shove from the 27, Elio Meza. That sends the 7 up the racetrack in turn 4. Kel, this is great racing.
It looks like the Royal Rumble where you try to throw him over the top rope. Somebody's going to end up in the outside field. Oh, they get into it. Caden Ballas gets into Harrison. Harrison sideways. Yellow flag is out. And what carnage, pandemonium has ensued here at exit of turn number 2. Holy cow. Green flag is out, and it is side-by-side racing action. Meza trying to keep Michael Bumgarner pinched down on the bottom. Bumgarner able to drive right past him, and then Meza's going to switch back and try to get down alongside on the bottom.
In turn 3, if Meza can get there, you know he's going to use the bumper. Through turn 4 and on the front straightaway, Michael Bumgarner leads our first lap back under green
for the final time. See the checkered flag, the Sudoku checker here at Hickory Motor Speedway.
And we are underway. And we'll see what they think about that restart. And it will stand. So we stay green flag racing. Steve Smart out front over Jordan Cook in the 55.
As it looks like Chambers has caught Cook. Cook sideways. Is he going to get into him? Man, what a save there off of turn 4. As Cook had to get out of it, Chambers, I would say he cut him more slack than most would have, as he didn't even try to drive underneath him. He just kind of let him get it gathered back up. So great show of sportsmanship there, but Chambers now is trying to mount another run, get back on offense here as the laps continue to wind down. Just 5 to go now. As he makes his way through turns 3 and 4 for the final time, Steve Smart coming to the Sunoco checkered flag at America's most famous short track, getting another win here tonight on All Fire Services Night at the Races. Great start by all these competitors. Looks like Graham Haller may be able to step out a little bit there at the start of this one, but still side by side, great racing action. A little bit of accordion effect back through the field. As Meza on the bottom side, he's still going to try to clear Haller. Haller tries to slide down, but Aiden King's there on the inside of him. A little bit of beating and banging down the front straightaway now as they come into turns 1 and 2. Side by side, it looks like Haller and Aiden King going to be fighting for the P2 spot the way it looks like right now, as Aiden King slides up the racetrack a little bit, tries to follow Mesa through. Oh, we got one around in turn 4. That's the 52 of Austin Means on the pit road. Helio Mesa and Aiden King lead them to the Jeff Kincaid restart zone. Oh, Donnie Carlton down in the dirt, basically, there on the bottom side, trying to advance position through turn 1 and 2. Man, that was wild.
Yeah, Riley Doyle went all the way to the outside. Got a slow car on the back straightaway.
That was the leader. That was the 27.
That's Helio Mesa. Wow. Still green flag racing. He's going to have to come down pit lane.
So Graham Holler in the Maverick Steel Building Chevrolet trying to mount another charge. Coming up on the backside of Aiden King.
Oh, car sideways.
Riley Doyle.
23.
And the 15. Wow, that looks like synchronized spinning there. On the new Olympic sport. No eyes on Aiden King as he gets to the loud pedal first. Side-by-side racing action all the way down the front stretch, down in the turns 1 and 2. And Billy Jack Lester getting a much better start that time by Chase Pollard in the catbird seat, now behind the first and second place drivers here for, Toyota versus Chevrolet.
Down into turn number 1, Aiden King on the bottom. That's the preferred line at Hickory Motor Speedway, but Graham Holler gets that run off of turn number 2, down the back stretch into 3, the 25 stepping out front through 3 and 4. This time, Kel off the corner, down the front straightaway, gives a lap to Graham Holler in the 25.
Yep, Graham Holler is one of those ones you kind of see. Almost reminds me of a David Pearson-esque kind of person. Don't really see a whole lot of him necessarily at the beginning of the race, but then you know what, you get about 10 or 20 laps to go, and then there he is. And that is the way it has worked out tonight. He's put himself in a position to win. And here with about 15 laps to go, that young man is now in first place with Aiden King hot on his trail and go up to the top of the racetrack. So Graham Holler will find his way back to Heritage Finance Victory Lane here in round number 6 of the Paramount Kia Big Ten Challenge. Everybody looking at the flagman, Scott Herman, and the green flag is out. We are live here in Hickory. And Ricky Denny, man, what a start that young man got, as he is all over Charlie Neal. But look at the Hillbilly Hemp Company Chevrolet trying to come on the outside, and that 6 number Remax Chevrolet is getting it down and dirty right here. As the 65 of Josh Goebel, man, these guys are fighting it out here like it's lap 35. And he takes a peek down low, not able to get anything to happen, and it looks like Neal has got that truck on a rail. Man, that thing is really handling good. Got to drive in now. It looks like it through turns 3 and 4. Man, he is all over the back bumper. He is there. He is going to make a move down to the inside now into turns 1 and 2. They touch. Wow. Contact again through the center of turns 2. And new leader now as the 88 Hillbilly Hemp Company car piloted by Michael Bumgarner is in the lead, and Charlie Neal is not having it.
And he's not going to give up either. I don't know that these two guys have been able to race each other a whole lot. There comes the shot from the 2. That's to be expected from Charlie Neal coming onto the back straightaway. Didn't like the way that Michael got around him there in turn 1. There was contact. Both trucks were sideways. The 88 truck, though, in the lead.
But it is anything but, as it is egg-shaped as it can be. Back there on the backside. That's one reason you see a lot of time. Oh, and he's in the wall. Trouble outside turn number 3. Charlie Neal has backed it into the outside retaining wall.
That have come through Hickory.
Well, names again coming to the forefront here. Michael Bumgarner, Ricky Denny starting up front here as Bumgarner catapults his way back to the lead. And Ricky Denny trying to chase him down. Tim Dale getting around the 65 of Goebel. And Goebel trying to drive back under Tim Dale. 2 Chevrolets getting busy there as Dale skates across the nose of the 65. As the Hillbilly Hemp Company Chevrolet makes his way to Victory Lane here tonight on All Fire Services Night at the Races. On the outside of the 55 of John Reynolds, leading them to green here in the street stocks. And he is going to hang it high, wide, and handsome. Right off of turn number 2, he will inch out just a little bit on John Reynolds. Look at that 48 machine go on the outside in the Jones Fish Camp Chevrolet.
Kel, he is running high and trying to hold his own on that outside. Trey Buffett, that 48. He is so hungry for a win. Kel, I don't think there's another driver out here in this field that is as hungry for a win as Trey Buff. Side by side into turn 3. Still a long ways to go. This is a long race, but Trey is holding his own up there with John Reynolds in the 55.
Well, you say that. There's a young/old man back there in P3. Steve Smart. They've been clawing their way slowly forward. Oh, and we've got Steve Smart in the fence. He has hit the wall out of turn 2, I do believe, and he has hit the wall hard. Marshall Sutton and Robert Devanna back there in row number 2. Green flag is out once again. Trey Buff trying to make it around that, what he called earlier, not necessarily pesky, but that 55. He's been having to run behind him in P2 most of the season. He is ready for a win. Rolls it into turns 3 and 4, looking for the Sunoco checkered flag, and he gets it tonight. John Reynolds beats out Marshall Sutton, Trey Buff, and Robert Devanna. Fans on your feet, let's hear it. Caden Ballas leading them to green one more time. 2x2, 350 cubic inches of twisted steel and sex appeal here at America's most famous short track. Down in the turns 3 and 4, Ballas holds to the inside. Blaine Harrison tries his best to drive around him in that fast forward. Down on the western end of the speedway.
Through turn 1, look at the drive that Blaine Harrison has onto the back straightaway. Caden Ballas just isn't going to be able to hold up with that 7.
Bumgarner last couple times by has been actually slower than Harrison. Kind of surprised with some clean air that he wasn't able to knock some of that lead out. As he comes to the IHOP, 1 to go. One more time around for Blaine Harrison to finish things out here tonight. All Fire Services Night at the Races, presented by Modern Nissan. As he comes through turns 3 and 4 for the final time lap, traffic not a problem here for the young man from Taylorsville, North Carolina. Blaine Harrison with the win tonight.